Welcome to the Lean Body Stretching Routine, which will keep you healthy, loose, and feeling your best now and for the long run. The Lean Body Stretching Routine should be done after your workout, when you are warm and limber. The routine is comprised of static stretches, each of which should be held for at least 10 seconds, but feel free to stay in the position longer if you feel you need more. Be sure to focus your breath during the stretches, using every exhale to move further into the position and find greater range of motion. You may implement some of these static stretches before your workout too, as a complement to the 3 dynamic stretching exercises in the Lean Body warm-up. But if you do use the static stretches before your workout, only hold them for about 5 seconds, because holding static stretches for longer before a workout will hamper your performance in the training. This routine can be completed virtually anywhere, the tennis court, the gym, or the field, so there's no excuse for not following through with it. On off days, try to spend 15 minutes going through these stretches so you recover fully and are loose for the week's training program. The first stretch is the glute and hip stretch. Raise your foot and lay it sideways on a bar, net, or platform at about hip level. Lean forward above the elevated leg and feel the stretch in your butt and hip. Make sure to adjust your body until you find the optimal position. If you're a beginner, it's okay to elevate your foot to a lower height. The stretches that I show you on the tennis net can be replicated in the gym on a Smith machine, or any bar or surface at the appropriate height that you can rest your foot on. If you benefit from advanced flexibility, try to bring your head to your knee on this one. The next 3 stretches I show you, the standing hamstring, the groin, and the quad stretch, should all be done in a row, keeping the leg elevated as you move from one stretch to the next. Again, these 3 stretches can be done anywhere, on the tennis net, but also on a Smith machine or a bar of similar height. First up is the standing hamstring stretch. Lift up your foot onto the net or bar at about hip level. Focus on keeping your back straight and reaching for your toes. If you can touch them, that's great, but if not, keep working at it. Next, you should transition directly into the standing groin without bringing down your foot from the elevated position. Rotate your foot that's on the ground so that your body turns 90 degrees and you're in an open stance. Lean forward to feel the stretch in the groin. Next up, the quad stretch. Again, transition into this stretch directly from the standing groin by flipping your foot over and inching your body back with the foot that's on the ground. Adjust your body until you feel a solid stretch in the quadricep of your elevated leg. Next, we move into the arm pull. Hold the net or bar with both hands shoulder width apart or slightly wider. Get into an athletic stance and bring your butt backwards, bending your knees so that your arms are straight and your head is facing down. This is a great stretch for your shoulders, back, neck, and bicep tendons. The butterfly is the next stretch. Stand with your back to the net and grab the surface with both hands behind you, trying to get them as close together as you feel comfortable so that your arms are fully extended. Lean your chest forward and feel the stretch in your shoulders, biceps, and bicep tendons. Adjust your body position to feel the stretch more in one shoulder or the other. The next 2 stretches I show you, the sitting hamstring and my unique lower back stretch, are great complements to one another, so make sure to do them together. In this way, you'll be able to benefit the most and really achieve the greatest range of motion. For the sitting hamstring, sit on the floor with your legs extended out in front of you, feet touching. Lean into the stretch and breathe. As you release and move backwards, move directly into the next stretch, the lower back stretch. The lower back stretch is unique, and not many people know to do this one. I was lucky enough to have worked with a famous tennis coach during my teenage years who showed it to me, and I've done it every day for pretty much always, and it's kept me healthy. I recommend this stretch to you, and it's really going to allow you to avoid lower back problems, which nag a lot of people. You want to lay flat on your back with your arms straight above your head and the back of your hands touching the ground. Use your abs to lift your legs straight up and over your head, grabbing your toes with your palms. If you aren't flexible enough yet in the beginning, simply bring your feet as far over your head as possible until you feel the stretch in your lower back, and you can work your way towards a full extension. The sitting groin comes next. Sit on your butt and bring the bottoms of your feet together. Hold your feet with your hands and lean your weight forward until you feel the stretch on both sides of your groin. As you get more flexible, try to bring your head as close as possible to your feet on this one. Let's move into the sitting glute next. Sit on the ground with both legs extended. Cross one leg over the other and wrap both arms around the crossed leg, hugging it close to your chest. You should feel the stretch in the glute of the crossed leg. And this is also a great one to avoid lower back problems, which also come from tight glutes. We really want to stretch out the glutes, so we're going to do one more, the glute and hip stretch, but laying down. On this one, lay on your back and lift your knees up off the ground, keeping them bent. Cross one leg over the other so that the outside ankle of the crossed leg rests on the lower quadricep of the other, just before the bend of the knee. What's important is to interlock your hands behind your knee, inside the crevice of the bend, and pull your leg towards you. This is crucial because you don't want to pull from the outside of the shin, which would put a strain on the knee. Pull in and feel the stretch in the hip and glute of the crossed leg. Get into the hip flexor stretch next. Position yourself in a lunge position with your back knee touching the ground lightly. If you have access to a tennis net or some other support, use it to assist you. Otherwise, you can do the stretch freestanding with your hands on your hips or touching your fingertips to the ground on either side to get a little support. Lean in and feel the stretch of the hip on the back leg. Let's get into the calf bend. Move in close to a wall or the net and bend your foot. Your foot should be angled as much as possible so that your forefoot is touching the wall and your heel is against the ground. Move your weight in towards the wall until you feel a solid stretch in your calf. We want to do the calf's wall push next, so we're going to stretch the calf but against the wall. And this is great for targeting the Achilles, an important area to stretch out regularly because the last thing you want is an Achilles injury. Put both hands on the wall and slant your hips forward so that your front knee bends and the heel of your back leg comes up off the ground. Push with your arms against the wall and use the force to bring the heel of the back leg onto the ground. This stretch should be done barefoot so that you can maximize the range of motion. The arm hang is next. Grab onto a bar above your head, extend both arms and hang. You should feel the stretch in your shoulders, traps, upper back, and bicep tendons. I love this one, so hang on as long as you can and get the most out of it. The bicep tendon stretch is up next. Place one arm behind you on a wall or pole and keep your elbow bent, resting against the surface perpendicular to the ground. Your elbow should be positioned at roughly the same height as your shoulder. Rotate your feet and turn yourself towards the opposite side. Lean your body into the perfect position so that you feel the stretch in your shoulder and bicep tendon. We now move into the arm across the body stretch. Standing up, bring one arm across the body and the other arm around it so that you're hugging the crossed arm into your body. Pull inwards until you feel a stretch at the top of the crossed arm and shoulder. Now you should complete the arm over the shoulder stretch, where you bring one arm up and over the same shoulder. Use your opposite arm to bend that arm back as far as you can. Breathe and focus on the stretch in the triceps of the bent arm. The final thing you want to do after each stretching session is to roll out with a lacrosse ball, which will allow you to target very specific areas that you couldn't get with normal stretching. Roll out your hips, glutes, shoulders, and upper back with the lacrosse ball. Lay on a mat and really lean your body weight into the ball. Once you've targeted the right area, move your body slightly up and down and side to side in order to massage both the targeted point and the area surrounding it. Use your feelings to determine when a particular area is sufficiently loose. Rolling out on a lacrosse ball is crucial for staying healthy because you can target small, tight areas that are nagging you. Okay, we made it through the lean body stretching routine. Make sure to complete the routine after each and every workout. If you're pressed for time and must skip the stretching one day, make up for it on Sunday and spend the time to go through the stretches and get your body loose. This is the only way you can stay healthy, loose, and feeling good for the long run. We want to get lean now and stay lean well into the future, and staying limber is simply the only way.